Hello there, fabulous people. Jen here, and I'm back with another Finding Purpose Fridays. Yes, I missed last Friday, and after I did my wonderful chat with Mendy, I recorded the video, but then I decided that this is something I wanted to do in two separate parts, and you'll kind of get what I mean after you see part 2 of the video. So I'm going to record this today, and then I'm not going to wait till next Friday. I'm going to do it over the next couple of days, is like record part 2 to this. And I just did not get around to it, like re-recording it after that point. So today we're going to jump right in, and we are going to focus on values. And this is a really, really important piece of the puzzle as well. Everything we've done so far is, so keep it all there, keep it aside. But this is kind of that next piece that we're going to put in before we start putting everything together. So what I want you to do is, now I happen to have a deck of cards, and it's like the Happiness Trap, like values cards, which goes along with like the Happiness Trap book. And you do not need to go out and buy these cards, all right? You do not need to go out and buy any cards. The only reason I'm using these is because I was given these years back by one of my like principal sort of psychology mentors when I was a provisional psychologist, and I used them often in my practice, like with everyone, with adults, with kids, all of that. So just for ease of talking about it and showing you something with like bigger words on, I thought I'd pull these out for this one. You do not have to do this. But what I do recommend is that you don't just think about only the values that come to your mind instantly. Just do a quick Google search. Do a quick search on the internet. You will find hundreds of lists of, values, and work through it that way. So what you want to do, so in here, like we see things like respect, honesty, forgiveness, cooperation, excitement, and it goes on and on and on, okay? As will your list that you just look at like from the internet. Now, when you go through your list, write down all the ones that are really important to you, okay? Like top priority important values, and make that one list of them, okay? Then what I want you to do, like keep your list of all the ones you've put down, but to make the next steps, so the step I'll talk about now, and when I do part 2 of this video, to make it easier, I want you to pick 5, like 5 super top important ones from that original list. So to start with, you're just writing all of the ones, no limits on, that are really important to you, and from that narrow it down to 5. Now, that doesn't mean that those 5 are the only 5 top important ones, all right? We are only doing this to make the process easier, okay? It's easier to work through 5 for the next 2 steps than it is to work through like 20. I know you are going to have more than 5 really top important values, but it's also a very interesting process as you go through, and you have to kind of try and narrow it down to a top 5. Again, I know there's going to be more than a top 5, so don't stress about that. All the others are just as important. But for the sake of this, pick your top 5, right? Write down what your top 5 values are. And can I also just say, if you're not partaking in all the other components to Finding Purpose Fridays, this one is something you can do as a standalone that will provide a lot of importance to you in your life, okay? Now, all right, let's say I'm just going to pick a few off the top here. Okay, I skipped over a couple. So let's say I've done my list and I've narrowed my top 5 down to gratitude, skillfulness, kindness, friendliness, and acceptance. Okay, so these are just to give you examples. So I'm going to take each one of these that I've written down of the top 5, all right? So let's say I'm working on acceptance. And beside that, or underneath it, however you're doing it, you're just going to write down how the value of acceptance kind of looks in your life, how it plays out, or how you would like it to play out. Because you can also pick values that are really important to you, but that maybe you don't feel you really encompass in your life right now. So it doesn't matter if you feel like you're living by this value, you've ever done anything around it, but if it's something really important, you can still include it. So as an example, I pick acceptance, and then I'm going to write, how does this play out in my life? And you know, most of us for that will have initial things that come to our minds, like I am accepting of the different opinions of others around me. Like that's how this value might play out in my life. And list as many things as you want for each one. Definitely try to list at least 3, okay? But you can go into it as much as you want. And then go through each of the 5 you've chosen and do that for everyone. So for everyone, it's going to be, I'm going to use all these just as an example, write them down, and underneath each one of them, I'm going to write how this value plays out in my life, or how I would like it to play out in my life. Like maybe it's something I want to get better at, and how I want to see that like develop and play out in my life. So that's it. That is it for part 1. Okay. But it's really important. Okay. So I will, in the next couple of days, upload the part 2 to this, because that one is even more important than this one. But we need this as the foundation work, okay? And so, yeah, do not go on, even if you've done 2 of your 5, and then you see video 2 uploaded, do not watch it until you've done all 5, okay? Because it will lessen the impact that part 2 is going to have of this. So that's it. It is actually a short, quick video for once, and under 10 minutes, which is pretty impressive for me. So that is it for Finding Purpose Fridays. Thank you to everyone who's joining in on this, and I will see you all later. Love to everyone. Mwah. Bye.